hold of the footy till he thinks he can get an effective disposal.
He's had 10 of them already, Rob.
Yeah, he's been really good for them.
Houlihan, there's Gibbs. We just saw Houlihan and Drummond, Wolsey. Looks like Houlihan not only playing as a half forward, but really watching Drummond closely. There's another example of those uncontested possessions. Drummond yet to have a touch for Brisbane. We know they like to get the ball in his hands.
Well, Drummond's such an effective long kick. He's an 80-metre player. And I guess the good thing for Carlton is that their top liners, Judd, Stevens, Gibbs, are all playing well at the moment.
High one. O'Halpin has to go, nodding with him all the way there. And the throw in. So some prodding at either end, but no key forward really dominating. It's been hard to find clean space, although as we've mentioned, Fev's had quite a few shots for goal. Cruiser over the top, Riscatelli, Harding, instant movement. There's Stiller, drew some high contact. The umpire must have thought he ducked his head there.
This is a rule I really like over the last month. They're not paying free kicks to people that duck their heads, and I reckon it's been a massive improvement in the umpiring the last month.
Yeah,
you duck your head, you're not going to get the kick, and I think that's great.
Free kicks all over have been down in the last few weeks. As long as they stay consistent with that, that's fine.
As long as one weekend we don't just suddenly find they're paying them again. Out of bounds on the full.
They've really let it go the last month.
No, it's been great. Made for great footy. McDonald along the line, just enough distance for Black, who's had the clamps put on him so far tonight.
Tackle where the ball is. Scotty, your kick. Your kick.
Free kick.
Downfield, free kick to Mark Murphy against Travis Johnson.
There's the explanation. Could be a costly one. Sets it up.
Jono, that was against you.
Fisher at the back. McGrath was onto it.
Gee, nice long strong spoil by McGrath. Gets the pats on the back from his teammates. And I reckon they would have practiced that a lot through the week, the Brisbane defence. A lot of ball coming into Favola and the pack jumping. There's McGrath wearing fast Eddie, pretty tight.
Bradshaw on hands and knees. Great handball for Vola. Oh, it's tough in the clinches at the moment. It's a real old-fashioned arm wrestle out there.
And the umps will let it go, Quarters.
Socket off the ground by Adcock unsuccessfully. Luckily for Brisbane, it fell into the hands of Rich. He got it over to McDonald, who kicks to Brown, who's a long way from goal. Thornton did well, stood his ground, and slapped it over the line. It's 14 plays 17. That's the Blues in front by 3 points. There's Thornton, good solid defence.
Carlton winning the hit-outs at this stage, and Cruiser really working hard to be in front at every contest.
Power to Clark to Black, who kicks again in the Brown direction. Chopping in was Scotland.
I like the courage of Scotland.
Yeah, it was a good effort, and he switches out wide. Finds Stevens, who goes to the wing, and presenting well as Garlett. But Carlton, just even though they're not dominating on the scoreboard, they just look the better team at the moment. There's Bauer. Another possession for him. He goes to half forward. Houlihan flew. Back of the pack, Judd. What can he weave here? He keeps the ball alive to Favola. Quick kick to the goal square. Bennett! Off the ground. It's hit the woodwork.
I was going to say it would have been the most amazing bit of play you've seen, because Judd willed himself to get it. He was going 100 mile per hour when he got the handball to Fev. He miraculously put it over his shoulder into the goal square, and Fast Eddie's hit the stick.
And the full-back McGrath has stood on the line, and Fev quite happy to give him the explanation as to what happened. He's pushing it, Fev.
I don't know, those two are mates or not, but they're having a good time together.
They must be. Bounce at the top of the square. Cruiser, Clark, Simon Black. McGrath just wades his way through a little too casually. Betts putting the clamps on. Clever from Johnston, back to Black. And again Simon Black. And eases the kick to Hooper on the bounce. Armfield gets involved. Rich just got away. A fumble from Black that time. He kept it moving. Acrobatics from Simpson. Game starting just to hot up. Not much room out there for anyone. Blues leading by 4. Here's McGrath. His foot on the line. Cruiser and Clark again. Oh, the umpire got some contact from Luke Power there.
Luke's just thinking, 1750.
You heard the sound effects from the umpire.
Gee, it was a good tackle by Grigg on Black. As soon as Black took possession, he was wrapped up by Grigg.
He's not getting any room to move, Simon Black. He's now had 8 disposals, but a lot of those have been little handballs. Here's Travis Johnston. The Blues usually tag him closely. Came back after a week's penance. There's a great disposal. There's Bauer and Armfield and Thornton.
No worries.
A swing into action, and Nick Stevens has found plenty of space tonight already.
He chips into the middle. His kick finds Murphy. And keeps the ball moving. As Grigg puts it inside 50. Bradshaw does the spoiling. Front and centre with Sheldon to Rich to Black. And the Lions now away. Marked by Henderson. Brown's one out, but he goes the shorter option to Power. And it's a free kick against Bauer. Good call. No doubt about that. Chopped the arms and he goes to Brown, but it's a poor kick. And it's chopped off by Bauer, who's having plenty of it, Rob. That's his 11th disposal.
He did well to get back there. The free kick was against Bauer, but he told a teammate, you guard the mark and I'll get back and fill that hole. Simpson, game number 98 for Carlton, and this year has been in their best half dozen.
Puts it in neutral for a while, and now finds Eddie Betts. Just been down on form a little the last couple of weeks, Eddie. He's averaging 2 goals 5 a game this year, but his last couple of weeks have been quiet. Started on the bench tonight. This is Heath Scotland. He's also had a couple of weeks off. 2 lots of 2 games off this year. The latest through a concussion and a hip injury. Murphy away from Proud. Nice delivery into the 50, and Simpson, not sure who was on him there, but they weren't close enough.
Well, it's been an interesting. There's Mark Murphy in picture there. He and Luke Power have gone head-to-head in this first quarter. Luke Power is an absolute star, and you can see him being consoled by his teammate, and Murphy is becoming one. So that's a terrific matchup.
So the Blues lead by 4. Plus how many? Oh, look at that. Nice handy lead for Carlton to take to the break. Simpson delivers a goal after the siren. They lead by 10 points here at the Gabba. Big challenge for Jonathan Brown and his Lions on Saturday Night Football.
There's Daniel Merritt in picture there. He's a big burly fella at full back, got super pace. Stevens enjoying himself on the wing and at half back. They switch a lot of play through Stevens when they bring the ball out of their defensive 50. You see Ryan Hooper, I don't think he's happy with the treatment that he's getting. Well, son, get used to it, because if you're going to keep kicking 2 and 3 goals every game, you're going to get a tight tag.
We start the second term. It's Carlton in front by 10 points.
Hooper's had just 1 disposal in the first quarter.
Blues have Fev in the forward 50. Eddie Betts behind him, O'Halpin in the 50, and Fisher. So a 4-man forward line at the moment for Carlton.
Free kick to Black for a hole.
I'd be even tempted to make it 2-man forward line, Eddie Betts and Fev, and just give this fella all the space. Now he's staying inside the forward 50 in the last week or 2, which is terrific. No more of that silly kick chasing up around the wings and half back.
Black just pops it up. Almost a mark to Clark. Riscatelli in traffic. And there's only one player there, and it's a Carlton man. And it is Simpson, who kicks to Fisher. Well, it's been a dour contest so far, but just the Blues look like to have just a bit more run, a bit more class in the midfield.
They're controlling the ball, aren't they?
Yeah.
Finding an avenue to goal is another question.
Grigg finds Scotland out wide to Bauer, who's been busy. Now he goes long. Look